Good day, fam people, how are you? I'm doing well, and today we're back in another video of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. Today we will be doing another faction review, the Medieval Plus by Royal Games. Now, some of you might actually recognise this faction. Why? Because I've used it in a fair few videos. If you remember those, then you're goated, I guess. So this was a special request. Now, as for the Ultimate Campaign 3, I did try to download it. You know, click the whole cloud, it downloads as an editable copy, but it only, when I try to actually go to the custom area, it always goes to the downloaded category, which only gives me the option to play, instead of going to the local category, which gives me the option to actually edit it. But that's a story for another time. And now the other video today will probably be custom making an Anubis unit to make Ra feel less lonely, according to Jensen. But at the same time, I really don't want to do that because I'm going to keep things a buck. Those videos really hurt my brain. Trying to go through all the cosmetics and stuff, it gives me a headache, bro. Anyway, Maceman. 120, that's kind of just an odd place, isn't it? You know, it's cheaper than the Hoplite and the Brawler, but it kind of feels in the same position of being a melee with a weapon. I'll just put it against a Squire. He gets the first hit, but did he do any damage? No, because he whiffed it. So he's kind of just in that position where he's just got a bad melee. Have either of them actually hurt each other? Yes, they have. Both of them have hit each other once. So they do relative damage, or at least, you know, in a duel, they're on relative scales of damage. The issue is both of them kind of suck at the whole fighting it part. Though one of them has better survivability. Did he just... Okay, so he really sucks with the mace. Jesus, if you lose to a Squire, that's kind of just... Yikes. Ooh, okay, so he went for a Spin Jitsu, and it didn't work at all. It did not work in his favour. And, okay, this is just a big yikes, I'll be honest. You're not selling yourself very well, I'll be honest. Oh my god, I remember you actually being decent. What the hell's this? I guess you really were just cheap cannon fodder. You know, the shield really is what gives you most of your value, I guess. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's at least show them why it's not horrible at times. Look at this. Arrows, boom. That was concerning. Nearly hit him. But as you can see, you know, on the approach, he's good cannon fodder. 120, your cost of 4 peasants, you know. I mean, actually, it's probably better deal to get 4 peasants. You know, that's 4 guaranteed arrows, as well as, you know, actually hitting the target. I just remember him being better. Actually, let's give him a bit more of a challenge. Surely. I mean, you got a slight many advantage. You can deal with a Brawler, right? You guys basically have the same gimmick, except you're just Daniel versus cooler Daniel. Come on. Ooh, did he actually deal damage though? Yeah. I mean, you could call it damage, I guess. But I'm pretty sure you can just one-shot him with a clean axe hit. Or not. Maybe I underestimated them. If you can second axe hits, then you might be decent. They beat a Brawler. I mean, you really should expect that, but, you know, that's just how lowly I think of them right now, because they lost to a Squire in a 1-on-1. But I guess they're together. That's why I usually use them in mass, I guess. Because when they work together, they actually have a really good offense. Sure, they're not dealing that crazy damage with a swing, but they just keep swinging it, as well as they kind of guard each other, which gives them a whole lot more survivability in a group. On an individualistic scale, they are pretty bad. But damn, they work together well. Honestly, yeah, I don't really know what to say other than that. They're horrible duelists, but they are good when they're in groups. Like, really good. Or at least decent enough. Crossbowman. 1, 2, 3. Let's see how atrocious the aim is. Yep, basically what I remember. Unless they're like this range, you're probably gonna miss with the crossbow. And it takes so long to reload. But now they're sort of entering that soft spot range where it's like, oh, maybe I'm not trash. Unfortunately, that's not gonna save him, because even if he kills this closest one, which he won't, yeah. Let's just do the good old-fashioned arch test. I feel like this is the only test that really matters. So he gets greater range, but that range doesn't matter because he misses. And the archer doesn't. That's the issue. So this guy he's kind of like the Maceman where he's... Well, actually it's the opposite. He's a reverse Maceman. He's good against groups because at least, you know, you might hit the person behind him. And you'll take the shot first, but dear God. Oh... Other than that, you know, like in this, he just sucks. He sucks so much because he misses, and then he just dies like that. Okay, let's give him one last test, and that is the damage test. Okay, it's like maybe a centimeter damage, maybe a bit more. I don't know how to quantify it. And let's see this damage. Basically the same. And for 220, you're better off with an archer. I'll be honest, you're just better off with an archer. Okay, now we go to the elite squire. Let's have him I was going to say hoplite, but no, let's do a bigger brawler. You know, spear's too OP for this guy. How much damage? Ooh, good damage. Ooh. Okay, so from what I can tell, the brawler is tougher or either deals more damage. Either way, you know, percentage-wise, his attack does more of this guy's damage, yada yada. But the elite squires just go way better combat, you know, he doesn't fuck around. Apart from the times he does. Come on, you're an elite squire. Jesus Christ. Okay, round 3. Oh, it's kind of sad. First to 3. Come on. Yeah! So you can actually make quick work of him. Like butter carving. No, like, oh, damn it. Not butter carving. A knife cutting through butter. The issue is that butter has a really good shield on it. And is also evasive, so. Yeah, there we go. So the elite squire is better. Why did I delete the elite squire? God damn it. Now let's do the obvious test, arrow test. See how well his shield actually holds up, because, you know, it holds up well enough. Sure, it might not survive. Maybe a few more arrows would do him in, but then again, you're getting decent enough value for the shield. Now, final test, elite squire versus regular squires. Surely this should be a no diff. No difficulty. Ooh, he doesn't one-shot. He does not one-shot. He almost seems like he's having trouble right now. But he got 1, he got 2, and he got the 3rd one. The elite squire clears. But let's just make sure that wasn't a fluke. Because he seemed to be having a little bit of trouble at the beginning. Oh boy. Smaller foe makes him... It's like a sniper's nightmare, bro. He just bobbles around. You can't hit his head. And he just got killed. Okay. Ooh. How much HP? Ooh, he was close to losing that. But I mean, not bad. If they were all like in one little group, they'd probably win. Yeah, because they can just gang up on him quicker. Yeah, if I put them like this, I feel like the regular squires win. I feel like that's pretty fair. Still holds his own pretty well. I'd say he's right where he should be. The defender. Now, obviously, the one you're going to be testing this against is crap ton of archers, because you got a big ass shield. This is the guy you hold down choke points with. Ooh, he got hit. He got hit once, but he can tank it. Yeah. But let's do the good old fashioned. I mean, we can't really. There's no choke points here really to test out other than this one. Actually, let's try it. Line settings, swap line type. Here. Let's actually no, we'll keep blue team as the one that's being tested. Let's just have a bunch of them here, and then see how well they hold it down. Because surely with these big ass shields, they should be doing really well. There is 28 of them. Let's make it an even 32. I know that doesn't make much sense, but I do what I do. Okie dokie. Now let's just have a crap ton of squires to try matching it. Actually, let's do these squires like this. Strips at 18. Why not 20? Because I chose not 20. Boom. 32 versus 80. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Surely we can penetrate through all these shields, right? Come on. Ooh, but no. Okay, that's one of the big issues. The choke point immediately got decimated. It just ceased to exist. So I think we have to put it like further back so they actually take advantage of it. So 16 versus 80. Oh boy, you got 5 times the numbers. Can they hold the choke point though? Can they hold it? They're actually pushing them back. Okay, they're holding it a little too well that they've actually broke the choke point. And that causes them to lose. Okay. I mean, to be fair, they are holding their own quite well, at least. Jesus Christ. Okay, they held their own. And they actually won. That's kind of crazy. I mean, they're probably the only shield bash unit that actually is good at bashing. Because the other ones all suck at shield bashing. So I appreciate that. These guys are just brutal, bro. It's like, if you've ever seen Game of Thrones, where like Tyrion in that one episode in season 1. Boom. Now let's look at the money disparity. Like, oh wait, no, we were actually on equal money. I didn't even notice. Okay. Reset line. Still looks cool though. Pretty cool thumbnail, I guess, but it's kind of blocked off, you know. It is what it is. I just use the normal thumbnail. Yada yada yada. 80 versus 16. Who's next? Oh yeah, the Footman. This is one of the ones I just didn't really use that much. I feel like I could just get 2 elite squires. Like, I guess. Well, what's the point, really? But now we can actually test out. Is he actually good, or is he just overpriced like a nobleman? He can deflect. That's a big point, and he's very agile. But I guess that's kind of probably one of the reasons I didn't use him. The whole agility part doesn't fit well into a formation. He's more like a duelist type. A very good duelist. How much damage? Okay, pretty reasonable. Damn, bro. Markiplier got hands. Okay, let's test him against a knight. Seems like a pretty fair comparison. Okay, shield deflect. Bit of a struggle reaching him with that tiny crappy toothpick he has compared to the knight. Okay, a tiny bit of damage from the rushers. Ooh, but let's see how much damage that. Okay. Ooh, so health-wise, it seems like the knight is generally better off. That does make sense. You know, knight is more expensive, and you know he doesn't have all these fucking parries and can't really be as agile. He just charges in. Brute force versus skill and finesse. Unfortunately, the brute force has a really good range advantage with that weapon. But hey, it's still going to be a relatively close battle. I'd say it's worth it. He just doesn't really fit into the units I usually like. He's not a really cool looking duelist, so I don't really use him for duels, so at least I wouldn't. And he obviously doesn't fit in formation, so he's just not my type. He's definitely a good unit though. I can't deny that. And obviously, you know, big ass kite shield. Boom. Only 1 arrow hit him. Granted, that arrow did a little bit more damage than I would have liked, but it is what it is. But that's a few more arrows than there was worth. Okay, I can't even speak today. You know, the value of the unit, yada yada. Royal Guard. My boy, this is the one I liked. He was my duelist, you know, not the Footman, but this guy, the Royal Guard. Spear. Spear. Move. Swag. Dodge. Fucking impale him. Kill him. Atta boy. Atta boy. Yeah. Ooh. Boom. He might have had a similar result of being, you know, quite damaged, but he did it with way more style. Matter of fact, since that was so similar in results, why not test it? Footman versus the Royal Guard. Royal Guard, you got this. You're a spear wielder. Of course you're going to win this. Both deflect. They're both very aggressive and agile. Come on, come on, come on! Oh, this feels like an anime duel, watching them constantly deflect each other's attacks. Come on, my boy. Come on! You got this. The ultimate disrespect. Putting the spear between his legs. Nah, that was a fluke. That was a fluke. That was a fluke. Come on, the spear is the king of medieval weaponry. You're not about to lose to some guy with a oversized shield who's clearly compensating for something with that shield, bro. We can all tell, bro. We can all tell he's compensating. You know, we don't need all of that. We're the Royal Guards, bro. We're the Royal Guard. I always like the Royal Guard using spears and stuff, like all the way since Clash Royale. Son of a bitch. Okay, round best of three. Best of three. Come on, come on. Don't let him beat you. He's a footman or whatever. He likes feet. Kill him. You're the damn Royal Guard. Okay, how close is it? Oh, they get really close. Come on, come on! You're so close! Yes! Honestly! So as you can see, clearly, the Royal Guard decimates in every regard. He never loses. He's just too good. But in all seriousness, it's just cool, you know? It's actually a dance. This is one of the times I enjoyed. This is why I like Ra so much. He constantly dances around his opponent and decimates him with powerful punches. But these types of things, they're just cool. I need to make one of my Dinksy units like this. You know, agile and deflecting, you know. Maybe then we can have a proper challenge. Because clearly Ra's not going to be contested. Honestly. You can obviously tell the only reason the quote-unquote foot soldier, whatever he's called, is able to keep up is one, big shield that he can hide behind because he's compensating, and two, he's a noble, so clearly the Royal Guard is holding back. It's the only reason. There's no way a spear can compare. I mean, a sword can compare to a spear. It's just too good. But I would explain why that happened. Anyway, so Royal Guard. I don't think we have to do the aggro test. It's literally the same as the Elite Squire. Knife Thrower. Now, obviously, we gotta have this test against a bunch of poor people. If you ever thought that was a debate, then you've come to the wrong channel, buddy. Come to the wrong channel. Don't know what you're expecting from me. It's like expecting me not to throw boiling hot. Okay, I'm gonna. What was it? The meme? The hot bun at a homeless person? I don't know. So you predictably want. Jesus Christ! Bro, with the power of God in that punch. Yeah, I'm not surprised he died that quickly, bro. That first punch literally just fucking Mortal Kombat X-ray finisher. What the hell? Okay, let's give it a bit more of a fair fight, because he was still one-shotting each of them. So we don't really get a gauge of how powerful they were, because peasants get one-shotted by most things. That's not a good sign that it takes 3 attacks to do it. I'm not going to bother with the arrow test, because we already know how that would go. Let's give it a bit more of a fair test. One that I think would be very fair. Ninja. Both of them basically fill in the same role of being like a close to medium range projectile thrower. Except the ninja is 500 cheaper and, I don't know, just has a generally better reputation. Ooh, so the knife thrower has better range? Okay, okay. So that's at least one thing going for it. It's got better range. But in a sustained battle. Okay, so what I'm getting at is, in terms of sustained combat, which is generally the type of situation I'd use this for, the ninja's better. Overall, between the two of them, I'd definitely use the ninja. Because, again, for a unit like this, it's a sustained battle type unit. You know, you have a bunch of units going at it, and then you have these guys in the background picking away at the armies. That's the way I see these units. That's the way I utilize these units. So I think the ninja's just better at it. Having slightly better range, just at that point, if you care about range so much and getting the first hit in, use bows and arrows and things like that. Or poachers. So I'm going to say I'm not really vibing with this one. Not to say it's bad, I just think, you know, for 100 more for slightly better range but less consistency in terms of damage and DPS, yeah, it's not worth it. Flailman, now this is the one that I feel the most iffy about as a whole. I've always felt the most iffy about it, and the reason being is that he's just so inconsistent. Sometimes he pops off like crazy, and other times he just swings around and misses everything. Like this, he just, yeah. Sometimes it works out perfectly for him like that, or he can just completely miss entirely and then he looks goofy. Like right now, he's popping off, but then he starts whiffing like that, so you can't really expect consistency, and with the way he moves so erratically, oh Jesus Christ, the way he moves so erratically also makes it so that, you know, you can't really expect much consistency, or put him in a formation, because he's just going to tear through that formation accidentally. The system against a knight. Both are supposed to be relative powerhouses, but one's a lot more consistent, kinda. Also, he is laying you on your ass, bro. This is not a good look for you, I'll be honest. And he just shattered your ankles. That's fair. Okay. What about a good old-fashioned monks? 3 of them. Monks have pretty good HP, and both of them kind of have the sideward swinging weaponry. He one-shotted it. Okay, so he's got that crazy damage, but again, lacks consistency. Honestly, I'd say go for it, because you can just keep spamming the battle over and over again until he pops off. And when he does pop off, boy, will it feel great. If he actually hits them properly, he one-shots them. If he doesn't, then... oh my god, but when he does, Jesus Christ. Oh, lag. Badinga. And obviously, you got to do the arrow test. He has 0 defensive measures against arrows. I know that much. 1 arrow hit him. Okay, so you can survive presumably 2 arrows. I don't know. It looks like he's around 50% HP from 1 arrow. I literally can't get a gauge of how much that did. Okay, 3 hours is the death of him. So, what about 2? Are you kidding me? All 3 of you missed! Even the one on my side that I accidentally put there. Oh my god. Okay, so I guess headshots deal critical damage or something like that. I didn't know. Yeah, that doesn't... I think just barely he could survive a 2nd arrow. Are you kidding me? Yeah, okay, so you can just barely survive 2 arrows. But if it's a headshot, it's 1 kill. 1 shot, 1 kill. Okay. Swordmaster. Now, obviously, you got to test up against a bunch of squires. You know, Swordmaster, let's see how you live up to that name, buddy. Boom. You got sheer numbers. Let's see how crazy you pop off. You're using the wizard sword, so you already know he's pretty goated. Oh my god. Wait, where'd he go? Oh! Wow, he soloed out the child, bro. What does that say about him? What does it say about it? Why is my thing lagging? Bro, he left them dazed and confused. They were still going that way. They couldn't even process that he was already behind them. What kind of anime character is this? Of course, you know, he kind of gets his arms fucked up a little bit from the dash. Oh, here comes the final slash. Yeah, you got robbed, bro. You got done dirty. You should not have been caught in that slash, I'll be honest. From the trajectory, it did not look like you should have been caught up in that. Now, he's basically half the cost of the Shogun, so Shogun's probably just a better version, to be honest. But let's see how the king holds up. Come on, Swordmaster. Fight this fucking sword. He sidesteps and he avoids all damage. That's pretty crazy. How much damage did he... Why is it so laggy? Yeah, I don't know why my thing's lagging. Ooh, the damage though. 300 more, you're getting somebody who can solo a king. That's not bad. I mean, I assume... Actually, he did fairly well against... Well, he won against a bunch of units. Yeah, he's a... I remember this guy being a pain in my ass. Oh, yes, the arrow test. Final test. I'm just predicting him to sidestep it. Again, I don't know why it keeps lagging. It's been fun all day. Never mind, he's just gonna godlike deflect all of it. That's insane. Yo, stop fucking lagging! Yo, I'm gonna be honest, you guys need to lock in for these next few arrow shots. Oh, one finally hit him! He's mortal now. Oh, okay, so, yeah, at this range, you know, it kind of gets awkward for him to try. 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 arrows, that's all he can take. That's not bad. Arrows deal quite a lot more damage than I think most people will think they do. Ultimate Squire. Now, this is one of the biggest pains in the ass. The main boss I can handle. The Ultimate Squire. Fuck, bro. Fuck. I don't even remember what he does. I just remember him being a pain. I mean, he looks like he's about to be a pain for and a nightmare for us. How much damage? He's barely taking any damage. Damn, he's just holding his own. And more doing that, he's more than doing just holding his own, bro. He is killing them all. Most of them are dead now. He is a mass murderer. We need to lock him away, bro. He's too strong. Sorry for the occasional lie. I really can't do anything about it. Okay, so he doesn't have any special dash. He's just like a crazy swordsman. Not the sword master though. So what does that say about him? He's not the sword master. So how goated can he really be, you know? The ultimate squire? Who knows? Maybe you graduate from being the sword master to an ultimate squire, but then why can't you do the dash ability? See how he fares against arrows. I have a feeling he's just going to handle them perfectly fine. Yep, basically what I was expecting. Damn, he deflected so many arrows he literally chipped it. Oh, he got hit by one! Oh, he got hit by a few! So it's not a perfect deflect. But 4 arrows. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, you guys might be cooked. You guys might be cooked. He's coming at you a lot faster than the other guy did. And it looks like he's about to jump at you. And he fell over, so maybe you can do something, maybe. Some of them hit him, but it's not enough. Yeah, I'm gonna keep things a buck. You guys are definitely cooked. I have the arrow on the thing, but I can't shoot. Oh boy. I thought I could tackle him, bro. Wait, you survived that? He was not having it. Bro, he castrated you, bro. Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay. Final test for him will be the Shogun test. You know, the other guy had Shogun ability. Surely you can hold up against Shogun. The other guy probably couldn't. Shogun, lock in, bro. This guy's worth 500 more than you, but he doesn't have a dash, so maybe you can hold your own. He can't... You can both, you know, deflect and stuff, so maybe you'll just have to rely on your dash spamming. Bro, it's literally like an anime thing. It's like he's already behind you. Like, nah. Swung and it's too late, bro. Yeah, you guys are way too agile for each other. Oh. Also agile for that. Damn, yeah. Shogun still wins due to his OP ability. Ooh, but he took some damage there. Oh, he tossed him around, bro. Oh, here comes the second dash. Don't know why it's like getting all choppy. Yep, there goes the ultimate squire. So he can't hold up against Shogun, but that's fair. And then the final test is obviously Royal Games. The unit itself. Different from the picture though. The picture uses the same sword I used for my Thanatos custom unit. If you remember that unit, you're a legend. Because it's from, I think, more than a year ago now. Anyway, you got to see this big ass Zweihander, which is two-handed in German. Now, I'm pretty sure he has abilities. I don't remember what they are. It might just be a basic, like, deflect or something like that. I really don't remember. But he's got something, I think, more than just swinging. Okay, it's sidestepping and deflecting, okay. Yeah, this definitely feels choppy. You can see how crisp it feels. Yeah, when you do this. Just see the layers. I don't know why it does that. Again, he holds himself quite well. I remember I had to 1v... Did I have to 1v1 him or did I 1v1 with him? I think I 1v1'd with him against a flaming sword or something like that. That was a long time ago. Rogue Games, pretty good campaign. Maybe not Mike Zhang's nostalgia. Maybe comment down below. Do you think Mike Zhang's campaign was genuinely better, or do you think, well, when I say better, I mean just the best one I've ever played, or do you think it's more of a case where I just look at it with such nostalgia? I sort of, oh, that was my prime, that was my heyday. You know, those who were goated, obviously. He's enraged. Okay, I forgot we can do that. That's one of the other ones. Okay, game freeze, lovely. Kind of surprised he's not like immediately swiped them all away there, because they're all gathering up, kind of. Yep, that's basically what I was expecting. The fact he had enough time to get enraged twice, that's not a good sign for him. And then I think we'll just do the arrow test, which I think is going to be much the same way, he's just going to deflect Duel. And the final test will be the king test, which is self-explanatory, you know. Let's see how many of these he actually deflects. Not all of them, just like I thought. Ooh. Survived the second barrage, I'll give him that, but I don't think he's really gonna. Oh, never mind, he enraged. So he just barely gets to survive a third barrage through just becoming immortal. Yep, that's kind of what I was expecting. Huh. He doesn't hold himself as well against archers like the Elite Squire did. Makes sense, I guess. The Elite Squire is far more aggressive, yada yada. You know, be able to close the distance is really what matters most, as well as being able to quickly eliminate units. Neither of which this guy seems that great at. Probably not a unit I'd really use. Cool, but let's see how much damage. Nearly. Okay, so he can 3-shot a king. Not bad, but also kind of a big niche. I mean, really, how many times do you have to really quickly kill a king, other than all the time? Lovely, my game froze. He is tanking it like a beast, though. Can't deny it, he's a beast. Certainly a massive nuisance. And there we go. Well, I think that's it for this video. I'm probably not going to close tabs and reopen it, because that would take too much effort and take too long. But thanks for watching, like and subscribe for more, it greatly helps the channel. Comment below if you see me do anything on the channel, whether you tab something else. I don't have any other announcements, so yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, have a good day.